Hi everybody, welcome to March's course report. Weather's lovely. It's a little bit nippy, but dry. Has been dry now since the snow 3 weeks ago, and I'm pleased to report the golf course is hugely different, to the point that if Boris had allowed us today to be open, we probably would have had buggies out. So huge improvements, which is a testament to all the dirty draining, spiking and drainage works that the lads have done over the last few years. So quick run through before we start each individual area of the course. The weather, January, horrendous, 165 mil, unheard of. Can't really do much when you get that sort of rain. External ditches bursting their banks 4 times, turning some holes into lakes. Unworkable, never want to see that sort of rainfall again. February, cold, wet, snowy for the first 2 weeks. Since then, warm, dry, perfect. If we can continue that vein moving forward, well, we're all laughing. So difficult start to 2021, but we're in spring. Let's hope things are on the up. So I'm going to run you through our normal subject now, greens, and then go through it all, and I hope you enjoy the report. So here we are on the 6th green. I was going to run you through what we did with maintenance week. Very evasive this year. It was quite nice. The fact that there was no golf out here allowed us to be a little bit more evasive than we probably normally would have been, because we didn't have to worry about putting balls over it so fast. But we started off with 3/4 inch tines at a 3-inch depth, and we removed all those, picked them up by hand, which was quite back-breaking. We then verticut to remove all the lateral growth, and then fertilised, top dressed, overseeded, and then solid tined at the end with brushing in. And after pretty much just a week, they look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that, and with 4 weeks still to go before we get some golf, I'm very confident they'll be putting quite nice. So on the whole, the greens, despite evasive maintenance, pretty good. So after weeks that turned into months of not being able to get onto the 8th green, I'm pleased to report that dry weather has allowed us to do exactly that. So as the other greens, this one's been cored and verti-drained and verti-cut, overseeded and top dressed, and I'm confident that when you come back to play golf at the end of March, this will be back on and just as good as the others. The only downside to the 8th green is this little bit here, look, where the majority of the moisture sat. This will be dug out neatly and replaced with turf from the putting green. But it's positive news on the 8th. We've actually been able to get on it and actually do some work to it, so all good. So I'm standing on the 6th fairway, notoriously one of our bumpy ones, although not very long, is very uneven, and you can see the sort of damage that the heavy rainfalls caused, where these dips and hollows fill up and basically drown the grass, and not what you can do about it when we get that much rain as we did this year, but it's how we go about fixing it. So a little quick run through. In the autumn, and again in the winter, we verti-drained all the fairways twice, which that's going to help with drainage and compaction massively. Obviously when we get 165 mil in 1 month, doesn't matter how much drainage you got on, they're going to flood, but the fact that it's dried out as quickly as it has is a testament to why we do it, and it just proves it works wonders. So moving forward to this year, we're going to spray all these fairways, all of our fairways, with iron. This is going to weaken up a lot of the moss that we've got sitting out here. I'll zoom down here, you can see it, plenty of it. Then we're going to use a metal rake on the back of a tractor, which is going to scratch out all the dead grass and all the moss that's been weakened by the iron, before getting a scarifier collector in. So again, scarifying all the fairways again, picking up all that dead moss, all that dead grass, and allowing the fairways to breathe a little bit. In the same week, we're then going to put 40 bags, we estimate, on the fairways of grass seed. So it improve the grass coverage, because just standing in this little spot here, look, you can see some not so attractive pieces on our fairways. And then after that, couple of weeks after that, we'll give them a feed with some liquid. So if successful, we're going to carry on doing this. So in a few years' time, our fairways are going to start looking a lot nicer than they currently do. Historically just mown for years and years. This time we actually did something about it. With regards to the dips, we are looking at ways to get these filled in. Obviously nothing's cheap, and we have got a couple of ideas, one of which we might try and do if possible towards the back end of this year, to see if it's successful. But ultimately the dream is flat fairways. We'll see how we get on, but we won't be able to know these things until we try. So that's fairways, and on the whole, not too bad. I'm currently standing on the yellow tee on the 7th hole. All tees have been verti-drained with the solid tines. They've also been verti-cut and fertilised, and I'm very pleased with their grass coverage for the most part. They're looking pretty good. We do plan on holocoring these tees, and obviously the approach is the same, so they're all a little bit more uniform moving into the season. But on the whole, the tee's looking pretty good, and the approaches, we've still got a few worm casts kicking around, but other than that, all good. So in summary, I'm very pleased with what the lads have managed to achieve, especially in the last 3 weeks when the weather's been a little bit more favourable. The weather and furlough and the whole COVID situation has made things very difficult, as it is for all of us, and as a consequence we are running a little bit behind, especially in terms of winter works. The short game area remains static because we've not been able to get over there, and although we can now start to get back over there, obviously we've got to prioritise the golf course in ready for opening. I am pleased to report that 12th tee is construction works are now underway, and we're hoping to get them turfed hopefully next week, all being well, but we'll wait and see. But on the whole, maintenance week's finished. Lads are working very hard. The grass is starting to grow obviously now. I'm sure you're all desperate to come back, and we're all looking forward to having you back and getting back to some sort of normality. So that's March's course report over really. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe and like our channel so you receive more notifications when we upload more videos. We do plan on putting a bit more than just a course report on, general stuff as well. So if you could do that, that'd be great. In the meantime, stay safe, and we'll all see you soon. 4 weeks, not long.